Hello everyone, this is AlzaboHD here with a brand new EU4 video for you here today. In this video, we will be checking out the most powerful starting nations to play in Europa Universalis 4. Whether you are a beginning player learning to play the game, or an advanced player looking to choose a nation to conquer the world, this list has you covered. With hundreds, if not thousands of nations to choose from, I've picked 10 of the strongest countries in the 1444 starting date. These nations dominate their respective regions, have powerful ideas, the potential to form incredibly strong nations, and generally have a large pool of base development in which to start off their campaign. Let's get started with number 10. Stepping their way onto number 10 on our list of strongest nations is the Great Horde, a remnant and successor state to the vast and world-spanning former Mongolian Empire. This steppe horde is the most powerful of all Eastern European tribes, and can form both the mighty Golden Horde and reform the Mongolian Khanate. The latent strength of this tribal nation lies in their horde government type, which allows them to loot and raise provinces for monarch power, and core them far more cheaply. Playing as the Great Horde also unlocks two incredible casus bellis, the Tribal Conquest and Tribal Feud CB, which both allow you to declare war immediately on neighbors for territory without having to create pesky claims, greatly speeding up your conquest. The Great Horde starts off with the fantastic Horde idea set, which provides the tribe with reduced separatism, increased cavalry combat ability, and a massive 25% national manpower increase and core creation cost reduction. Combined with raising provinces and the negative 25% modifier from administrative ideas, a Great Horde player can core an unlimited amount of provinces for practically free, and it only gets more overpowered once the absolutism mechanic appears during the Age of Absolution. If you are motivated to conquer the world, you can also opt to reform the Mongol Empire, which provides unique government bonuses that include yearly horde unity, a massive plus 20% national manpower and force limit modifier, increased looting speed, and more. Iron Man players can additionally obtain two achievements with the Great Horde. The first, Gold Rush, requires you to reform the Golden Horde before 1500, and the second, Great Khan, requires you or one of your subjects to own the Chinese, Russian, and Persian regions. For the Horde! Hailing from the land of the rising sun is the Ashikaga clan at number 9 on our list of strongest starting nations. Ashikaga starts the game in 1444 with a unique shogunate government form that provides them incredible modifiers, abilities, and all of Japan as vassals. As if that wasn't already too much, Ashikaga and any other clan that becomes shogun can vassalize an unlimited amount of nations through both peaceful means and through war via peace deals without diplomatic penalty. This is a unique mechanic as it allows an Ashikaga player to conquer the world with vassal swarms. It should be stated, however, that your vassals, given that they are technically daimyo, will declare war on each other when you're at peace. This can be avoided by being at war, or be exploited by forcing these wayward daimyos to commit seppuku, which will give you a steady stream of admin, diplo, and military monarch power. With the Mandate of Heaven DLC installed, Ashikaga also gains the ability to annex large portions of China with the Take Mandate casus belli, and even allows you to take the mandate for yourself. Japan has many achievements, although only 3 of these are available if you start as the Ashikaga Shogun. 5 are obtainable as Japanese daimyos and include conscripting a 3-star general from a subject, uniting Japan as a daimyo, converting Japan to Christianity as a daimyo, embracing the manufacturers institution as Japan by 1655, and going full isolationist in all 6 Shinto religious events. It should be noted, however, that forming Japan is almost certainly a bad idea, as you will lose access to both your powerful interaction abilities and, most importantly, your ability to vassalize an unlimited amount of vassals without diplomatic upkeep. If you want to learn more about this strategy and how it can be used to conquer the world as the infamously difficult nation of Ryoku, you can check out my guide video that is in a card at the top right of your screen. Do you enjoy ducats, economics, and swimming in money? If so, the Venetian Merchant Republic at number 8 on our list of strongest starting nations is perfect for you. Venice's strength lies in their geographical position at the Venetian trade node, easily capable of becoming the best trade node in the game. Given that Venice is an Italian nation, they also benefit from ludicrous starting development and the high possibility of spawning Renaissance within their borders. As if that wasn't already enough, Venice can form Italy, one of the best formable nations in the game, due to their conquest-oriented national ideas. Speaking of ideas, Venice's national ideas provide trade-focused bonuses that include plus 10% global trade power, plus 1 diplomat, plus 10% trade efficiency, and plus 25% galley combat ability. Upon uniting part of the Upper Peninsula and conquering Rome, you gain access to far superior ideas in the form of Italy, which provides Italian players a massive plus 33% manpower modifier, plus 20% global trade power, plus 15% infantry combat ability, and a monstrous 25% core creation cost modifier that will render even the largest of your rivals into fettuccine alfredo. If you stack this modifier with administrative ideas and absolutism, like the aforementioned Great Horde, ambitious players can even reform the Roman Empire with relative ease. If you're interested in achievements, you're in luck, as Venice can form Italy for the Italian Ambition achievement and shoot for the Venetian Sea achievement by having 75% trade power in the Alexandria and Constantinople nodes while having less than 10 provinces. In the Iranian plateaus of the Near East lies a giant of absolutely grotesque proportions. Critically endangered at the start of the game, this vulnerable species of nation is known as the Timurids, and is the 7th strongest starting nation in Europa Universalis 4. The Timurids are deceptively powerful, possessing some of the highest province development in game, and lording over several expansive vassal states. Unfortunately for the player, however, is that the starting Khan and heir are miserably incompetent, and even more grim is the event that fires once they die. Upon their death, all of your vassals become rebellious with plus 50% liberty desire, leaving you with only several options to circumvent this nightmare. If you act quickly enough and conquer Delhi and northern India, however, you can form the most powerful nation in the game, the Mughals, and retain your ridiculous early game advantage without fear of internal seppuku. The Timurid national ideas are fantastic, and include +1 diplomatic relations laws of tradition, plus 10% morale of armies, plus 10% shock damage, reduced technology costs, and a plus 5% discipline ambition. The Timurids, unfortunately, have no achievements, but if you form the Mughals, which you most certainly should, you can assimilate Mongolian culture for Sweet Home Karakoram. If you're a masochist and want to obtain one of the hardest achievements in the game, you can also shoot for the true heir of Timur, but if you aren't a professional EU4 player, this will be nigh impossible. For more information and detailed strategies regarding the Mughal Empire, I highly recommend checking out my Strongest Formidable Nations video located at the top right of your screen. The Mughal Empire is featured heavily in this top 10 video and might prove useful for your campaign. Nobody expected the Spanish Inquisition. Everyone expected Castile, however, to be in the pantheon of strongest nations, and they dutifully emerge at number 6 on our list of strongest nations. Muy caliente! Possessing the strongest development and army of all of Iberia, Castile is a force of nature, with powerful missions, national ideas, and the ability to form the Spanish Empire. Castile additionally benefits from the Iberian wedding event, which almost always grants them a guaranteed personal union over both Aragon and Naples. A prudent and world conquest-minded player can utilize a superior Castilian army and navy to crush Portugal early on, which allows you to vassalize them and have them colonize the world for you. If you can neutralize France and England with the help of your personal unions, vassals, and near certain alliance with Austria, you can effectively shut down European colonization and lock down the western and eastern hemispheres for yourself. As if that wasn't already too powerful, Castile also has very good religious and exploration-oriented national ideas, which include an insane ability to fabricate claims in all overseas provinces. If you are playing on Iron Man and form Spain, you can obtain 4 separate achievements in your campaign. These achievements include Forever Golden, which requires you to complete the Spanish mission tree, Imperio Español, which requires you to have American colonial nations, Isn't This the Way to India, which requires you to discover America, and finally, Spain is the Emperor, which is unlocked by becoming the Holy Roman Emperor. Expanding and blobbing their way onto our list is the Russian Principality of Muscovy at number 5. The Tsars of Moscow commenced the campaign with numerous advantages, including their possession of 5 vassals, their incredible missions and ideas, and their starting religion of Orthodox, the most powerful religion in the game. Furthermore, Muscovy can form the even more powerful nation of Russia, which provides numerous military and colonization-oriented ideas. With the Third Rome DLC installed, Muscovy becomes even more powerful, with mechanics that allow you to lower all rebel factions at the same time, lower your war exhaustion, hire highly disciplined streltsy for free, and fabricate claims on an entire area at the same time, which is unprecedented and frankly quite overpowered. Furthermore, Muscovy has great national ideas which provide the nation with +1 diplomatic relations, plus 10% shock damage, plus 10% army morale, plus 1 diplomatic reputation, and an ambition that provides a plus 33% bonus to their land force limit modifier. Forming Russia replaces these national ideas with far better options, and I strongly recommend you to opt for them upon taking the decision to change tags. There are 2 achievements for Muscovy that are easily obtainable. They comprise All Belongs to Mother Russia, which requires you to form Russia, and Relentless Push East, which requires you to colonize across Siberia and reach the Pacific coast by 1600, no matter what strategy or playstyle you choose. Muscovy and Russia are well-rounded nations that provide the player with many avenues for expansion, and are without a doubt the strongest Eastern European nation in the game. Yedini Moguchi Sovietsky Soyuz. Do you enjoy blatant colonialism with a serving of tea and crumpets? If you answered God Save the Queen, England at number 4 on our list of strongest starting nations is definitely for you. Albion's power lies in their advantageous geography, at the head of the British Isles, with only Scotland and Ireland posing mild setbacks to their early game expansion. With the threat of Europe easily contained at the English Channel, where the nation's superior navy can make short work of any foreign army or fleet, England is protected and is well suited for colonial ambitions. This is not to say that England is purely a naval power, however, as they are more than capable of taking France on in the 100 Years' War at the start of the game, and with some elbow grease, they're able to secure a personal union over France in the first few years of the game. England starts with lackluster national ideas, with the best of those providing plus 10% infantry combat ability, plus 1 diplomatic relations, plus 10% trade efficiency, and plus 10% land fire damage dealt. Fortunately though, forming Great Britain provides the nation with far better ideas that provide reductions to diplomatic annexation costs, reduced technology costs, plus 20 global settlers per year, plus 5% discipline, and an unmatched and absolutely incredible plus 20% production modifier to supercharge your economy. There are 4 possible achievements for an England player to shoot for. These include passing 11 issues in Parliament in a row, owning Paris as a core province, developing all English culture provinces to 25 development, and completing the British mission tree. If your idea of love consists of marrying your cousin and keeping it in the family, Austria at number 3 on our list of strongest nations is perfect for you. Austria's unique strength lies in their diplomatic prowess, where they excel at royal marriages, securing alliances, and obtaining personal unions. Their privileged starting position in 1444 has them as the incumbent Holy Roman Emperor, providing the opportunity for substantial bonuses for an imperial-minded player and affording them one of the largest starting armies in the game. Furthermore, Austria's missions provide them a guaranteed personal union over Hungary and Bohemia, and they are more than capable of securing personal unions across Europe, thanks to their chin-powered diplomatic reputation. With their unique playstyle that focuses on the HRE, diplomacy, and crushing the Protestant Reformation, an Austrian player can easily revoke the privilegia early, forcing all of Central Europe to become their vassal, and greatly speeding up world conquest. Austrian ideas highlight this strategy, offering Austria plus 10% morale of armies, and improved relations as a tradition, with a further plus 2 diplomatic reputation, plus 1 diplomatic relations, plus 3% discipline, and an insane plus 10% imperial authority modifier for faster reforms, along with a negative 15% diplomatic annexation cost for integrating vassals and personal unions. Austria has 2 specific achievements available to them for Iron Man campaigns. These include having 3 unions at the same time, which is easy with Austria's mission trees and national ideas, and having district and military administration investments in the West Bengal area of the Indian subcontinent. Once you obtain the final reform of the HRE, you can also obtain the Kaiser not just in name achievement, cementing your position as the preeminent military power in the world. May the Chen be with you. France, the land of enlightenment, liberty, and culture. At number 2 on our list of strongest nations, France has the best military of any starting nation in the game, and dominates continental European warfare during EU4's timeframe. Affectionately known as the Big Blue Blob, and feared by its enemies as Le Baguette, France has tremendous conquest potential and can expand reliably and rapidly in every direction at the start of the game. There is no nation better suited than France to dismantle the HRE and carve a path through Central Europe, spreading aristocracy, cheese, and the language of Molière to all the lesser nations of the globe. Even continental coalitions are no match for France and the Kings of Versailles, as France has the best starting military national ideas in the game. These include a plus 20% national manpower tradition, alongside plus 1 diplomatic relations, an insane plus 20% army morale modifier, negative 10% reductions to technology costs, plus 5% discipline, tolerance to most religions, and an interesting native trading idea that allows France to avoid native uprising and increases their colony growth substantially if they choose the colonist trade policy. France can easily obtain 2 achievements, which require the player to gain French cores from England and to conquer and own the 3 capital cities of Vienna, Berlin, and Moscow as core provinces. More advanced players can aim for the Big Blue Blob achievement, which is notoriously difficult and requires you to control 100 provinces by the year 1500. If you're playing France, though, you can honestly use the challenge. Bonne chance en tout cas, vive la France! We've made it to the end, ladies and gentlemen, and I really mean gentlemen, where it is time to showcase the strongest nation in the game, Ulm. Ulm has fantastic national ideas, starting development, and the most overpowered general in all of the game. In fact, Ulm is so powerful that
An itibariyle mümkün değil kumandanım.
This can't be.
Hedefi imha edin.
It seems that the president of Turkey, Erdogan, has interrupted this broadcast to inform us that the Ottomans are actually the strongest nation in all of EU4. What a surprise. The Turkish Ottoman dynasty starts in the most powerful position in the game, with a plus 5% discipline tradition that ensures their army obliterates everything in their path. With a host of unique events and missions, including the rise of the Janissaries, the Ottomans can expand easily and efficiently in all directions, with only small countries powerless to stop their advance in their immediate vicinity. Furthermore, the Ottomans have incredible flexibility and allow a large amount of differing playstyles, such as converting to Christianity in order to become the Holy Roman Emperor, or staying Muslim and unifying the Islamic Caliphate. The Ottomans have the best expansion and military-oriented ideas in the game, with increased army discipline, substantially lowered core creation costs, increased cavalry combat efficiency, and a massive plus 33% land force limit modifier that enables you to mobilize hordes of Janissaries. Their unique government form also provides them further bonuses, comprising yearly legitimacy, lowered unjustified demands, increased amounts of states, and a bonus to maximum absolutism, along with ensuring that they are never without an heir or experience a regency council. But wait, there's more. If you switch to the Sultan today, you can also obtain 2 achievements, which require you to conquer Rome, Moscow, and Constantinople, and to assign a Pasha in Paris, respectively. The Ottomans are by far the easiest nation to conquer the world with, and are a great pick for beginner players who want to dominate while learning the basics of the game. Before concluding the video, I would also like to mention a nation that is incredibly powerful but couldn't make the cut, for reasons I will now explain. The Ming Dynasty, the largest and most developed country in EU4, was axed from this video due to the fact that their mandate mechanics are downright dreadful. With the Mandate of Heaven DLC enabled, their unique mechanic of mandate scales up and down depending on the number of tributary states you control. While normally quite powerful for standard games, tributary states are awful for world conquest attempts, as they are not considered eligible subject states, as only vassals, client states, and PUs are. Furthermore, releasing these states to conquer them outright destroys your mandate, as this mechanic plummets when you border non-tributary neighboring nations. With low mandate, your armies effectively become cannon fodder, with negative 10% discipline and take nearly twice as much damage as anyone else, making them useless and low quality, much like the Chinese products of today. Even worse is that your inevitably low mandate will cause massive unrest in the nation, creating rebellions every month with negative 10 unrest and destroying your economy with a massive 50% hit to national goods production. If you can swap out of Ming and lose your Emperor of China status with some cheesy tactics, Ming is still a powerful pick, but with these constraints understandably crippling the dynasty, Ming is simply not as strong as it appears on the surface. If you've made it this far, I'd like to thank you for watching the video. A special shout out goes to my patrons on Patreon that support the channel and enable me to produce quality content on a regular basis. That concludes my top picks for strongest starting nations in EU4. What powerful countries have you played? Have you conquered the world with any of these campaigns? Do you agree with my list? Let me know in the comment box below. If you enjoyed the video, I'd appreciate a like or a comment, as these will really help the channel grow. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on the next video.